Welcome back to Language Essentials. I am still Zachary, and today we're talking about prepositions. So you have prepositions to talk about, usually location. They're a very useful part of speech, as I'm sure you've already gathered, to understand, and typically, in most languages, much like conjunctions, they're static. What I mean by that is they don't change. You learn them in one form, one time, and you learn that forever. It applies correctly in that one form to any place that part of speech as a whole fits in a phrase. There's one exception that I'm actively aware of, and that is German. In some cases, in some instances, you will need to change the endings of a couple of prepositions based on the case that applies to the phrase, the clause that you are using. If you're learning German, maybe that makes sense, maybe it doesn't just yet. If you're not learning German, it's still a good thing to understand prepositions. In, on, around, through, under, over, above, a lot to do with location. Not always to do with location, but most commonly understood and recognized as having to do with location. By is another good example. Along. Ago is sometimes called a preposition, but I'm sure you can see already, given these examples, how immensely helpful knowing prepositions would be for your target language. Some languages, you'll see something called postpositions. Prepositions are just prepositioned. They come typically before, often rather, or at least before, whatever it is you're referring to. Postpositions come after the thing. Of course, like anything in grammar, different languages apply these things differently. Ago is one example of a preposition, sometimes called an adverb, that comes after. It is a postposition. I did something 3 years ago. And of course, other languages do it differently. Some languages rely much, much more on postpositions than prepositions, so you might find the exact inverse of what you're used to. Don't be too caught off guard though if you do see postpositions. They're probably just prepositions that come after the thing. I hope that made sense. I wanted to keep this short and sweet. Let me know if I missed something though. If you have a question, of course, put it in a comment, like this if you liked it, and subscribe for more if you want. If you want a good bit more detail, I do write books about these things. You don't have to buy my books. I simply write them in case you want them, and they're on Amazon. Links are in the description. Thank you very much, as always, for watching, and I hope that I will see you in the next one.